Welcome to Wisdom and Virtue, where we dive deep into Stoicism and philosophy to guide us in modern life. Today's topic addresses what we often overlook, what not to do. When it comes to relationships with women, the ancient Stoics had much to say about how we should conduct ourselves, but they also gave us powerful insights into behaviors we should avoid. So grab a seat and let's explore Stoic wisdom and the critical lessons on what not to do for women. Don't seek constant validation. One of the biggest pitfalls in relationships is the need for constant validation. The Stoics, like Epictetus, would remind us, if you seek truth, you will not seek to please. What does this mean for us? It means that the more we crave approval from others, the less grounded we are in our own sense of self-worth. Healthy versus unhealthy validation. In relationships, especially with women, seeking constant affirmation can drain both partners. It places unnecessary pressure on the relationship and erodes the sense of mutual respect. Rather than asking, "Do you love me?" every day, take a moment to reflect on how you can cultivate love and self-worth from within. Take a moment to think about how often you rely on someone else's approval. How does it affect your peace of mind? Are there times when you can seek validation from within rather than expecting it from your partner? Don't try to control or possess. The Stoics constantly remind us that the only thing we control is our own mind. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. But what happens when we forget this and try to control the people we love? Control leading to conflict. Trying to control or possess another person is toxic in any relationship. It comes from fear of loss, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. This is the opposite of what the Stoics teach us about love. True love respects the freedom and autonomy of the other person. In trying to control her, you are not honoring her individuality, but rather treating her as an extension of your ego. Thought exercise. Think about your relationships. Have there been times when you've tried to control a partner? How can you shift from control to acceptance, from fear to trust? Don't overreact to challenges. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is emotional resilience. Seneca warned us, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." This is particularly true in relationships. Many times, small issues escalate because we let our emotions take over, forgetting to pause and reflect. Overreactions one, with a calm response, another escalating into an argument. When you overreact, you not only damage the relationship, but also lose your sense of inner peace. The Stoics encourage us to take a step back and ask, "Is this within my control?" Often, the answer is no, especially when it comes to small disagreements. Remember, you control your reactions, not the situation itself. Breathing exercise. Next time you feel yourself about to overreact in a relationship, try this. Take a deep breath. Pause for 10 seconds. Ask yourself, will this matter tomorrow, next week, or next year? This practice can save you from turning minor issues into major problems. Don't expect perfection. The Stoics were realists. They understood that we are all flawed, imperfect beings. So why do we expect perfection from our partners? Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "You must consider the whole of life, not just the single act." In relationships, it's tempting to focus on flaws, but doing so overlooks the beauty of the whole person. Unrealistic expectations and relationships. Expecting perfection places an unfair burden on your partner. When you demand that she always say the right thing, always act a certain way, or never make mistakes, you are setting both of you up for disappointment. The Stoics teach us that life is unpredictable. People are flawed, and we must accept this with grace. Self-reflection. Are there expectations you place on your partner that are unrealistic? How can you practice acceptance and gratitude instead? Remember, perfection isn't the goal, mutual growth is. Don't base your happiness solely on her. Epictetus taught us, man is disturbed not by things, but by the views he takes of them, often in relationships. We believe that our partner is responsible for our happiness. This is a dangerous mindset. The Stoics understood that happiness comes from within, not from external sources, even from those we love. Dependency and emotional imbalance in a relationship. When you make your partner the sole source of your happiness, you are placing an unsustainable burden on them. No person can be responsible for another's complete well-being. This not only leads to dependency, but also places undue stress on the relationship. Take a moment to reflect. How much of your happiness depends on your partner? How can you cultivate happiness from within? Through your own virtues, pursuits, and growth. Embrace Stoic love and virtue. The Stoics remind us that love is not about control, perfection, or dependency. It's about respect, acceptance, and mutual growth. To truly love someone, we must first cultivate inner peace and wisdom. What shouldn't we do for women? Don't seek validation. Don't try to control. Don't overreact. Don't expect perfection, and don't base your happiness solely on her. Thank you for watching this deep dive into Stoic relationships. If you found this video insightful, like, comment, and subscribe to Wisdom and Virtue for more philosophical wisdom. And remember, love with wisdom, love with virtue, and love with the understanding that we are all works in progress.